All right, we're back, and as I said before, what I would do, I'd go through and clean off these surfaces, lubricated these bearings with some assembly lube, and also go back and meticulously put a very small amount of, I use Honda Bond, but it's the semi-liquid or semi-solid, semi-whatever. It's the Honda Bond 4, and that's what it looks like, and it smells like it looks. So there you go. What I'm going to do is install these cases together. So we have the stator side facing down, and my goal here isn't to fully assemble them, but rather get them just together, making sure that all these pieces are aligned here before I do so. And only a handful of times have I had to take these apart, but when you do, it's a pain in the butt. So you're going to see it live, how it goes or doesn't go. So just got to take my time. Line things up slowly but surely. You see I've got things aligned here somewhat. It wants to go down onto the crank, so I raised it up on the crank side. And now is when you just got to do a little wiggling to get things to find their place. Slowly but surely, being patient, working the sides together. A little bit of back and forth, a little side to side. Not forcing anything. And now I'm going to slide things a little bit closer to me so I get a little better view of what's going on here. Not trying to force, we're just trying to find where they want to be. Now I'm going to start giving a little bit of encouragement. The main thing holding us back at this particular point is our crankshaft, because it's a very tight tolerance. And unbeknownst to me, well, beknownst to me, I know I've had issues with it before. I don't have the fitting for this. Why don't I have the fitting for it? As our two pieces go together here, let's see, I can show you. This is a part that fits on the shaft. It doesn't go far enough for it to reach the threads for me to thread another piece on there. So we're going to have to improvise. It's one of the things I do when I got to improvise. You can see our gap is coming down. It's doing so rather evenly. And we're looking at it. It's coming closer. I'm wiggling. patient. And all I want these to do is to come into contact with each other. I might use a few screws or bolts. Look at our gap. Because what I want most of all is I want these cases where I've applied this material to touch, just like any other gasket maker would. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to move this closer, and forgive me for not leaving the camera on the whole time. I'll move to my dead blow now. What I'm going to do is focus on getting this even. If you look here, you see I've got overlap here, and try as you might, you always end up with more than what you really need. So what I'm going to do, there are a few screws that go in the cases here and on this side, and what I'm going to do is seat them just a little bit so that this material can cure, and then tomorrow I'll tighten them down. I'll flip the cases over, and then I'll put the bolts in on the other side. So we'll check back with you then. All right, we're back, and it's the next day. So I've put all of the bolts in here, and I went ahead and secured them down. I got in such a hurry, I was excited about it, and we've got them secured. So what we're going to do, I've found our other bolts in our bag over here, and I'm going to flip this whole thing over. So just to make sure, we have our oiler, and we have this other center case bolt, and we have this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one over here. So double check and make sure how our frame's going. So I'm going to pick the cases up. I'm going to take it and put it on the other side here. And then we're going to secure this side. Oops, sorry about that. Bumped ya. Oh. Let's see, make sure that we're looking good here. Yeah, looks good. And I'm just going to go back through here, and I made sure and left this one on over here, and I know it's this one right here that it goes in. Bingo. Because that's one of our cord supports here. Forgive me if I bump the camera. All I'm doing is looking at the preview because I'm activating the screen. So all I got to do is go through, I found all of our case half bolts here. Down here. I'm going to go find them. And some people who have done this and shown demonstrations have criticized people that have little cardboard cutouts as they're tearing them down. And I may have done it a few times myself. It's not a big deal if you do. It's fine if it makes you feel comfortable. But there's only a certain length of bolts here. So if you got them, I mean, if there's a place where certain things like this goes, I understand. But they only go one place. And there's only certain lengths for those types of bolts. So you know where they go. This is this a shorter one? Sure is. So far so good, folks. And this will be the longer one. Yep, longer. And the rest of them should be shorter. I like how I talk through all this stuff. So see, that one doesn't go there. Bingo. Not it. So I think I got another one stashed down in there. That's where that one goes. Yeah, I think we got one. No, that's a different one, and that's a different one. Yeah, that's where our cover goes. So we just got to find this one, which that is not it. Oh, I bet you this one goes here, and that one goes there. Okay, so I think we've got them all. On the Yamahas, sometimes they have one that goes inside here, just going around the edges here. And that's the only thing that kind of creates a little bit of guesswork if you haven't done it in a few times here. So just to be clear, there's a retainer piece that goes over the top of this, and then these are our engine, our case savers for our chain here. So I'm going to just go through and secure them lightly. Okay, I just got my power drill here. And it's gotten quite cold since yesterday. It is in fact winter. I showed some of this content to Link's garage, and he's getting pretty fired up about all this. Oh, gotta get this one. If I was him, I'd be excited. Well, I'm excited I'm not even him. How about that? All right, so we got these all in place. So I'm just going to go into the torque mode, the number 2 on here, and I'm just going to go all the way around the map here. Okay. Did I touch this one? We got it. Looking good. Did I get this one? We'll make sure. Yep, we're good. All right, so we've got our cases together, and I'm not gonna rotate this because I did yesterday already. But this moves. Yeah, I've got this other one that's binding up, but it moves really, really easily. Life's good, and it's really cold, so we're happy with it. So what I'm going to do for our next part of the video, we're going to put our nuts back on these. Let me rotate them back to where it's supposed to go. And we're going to start assembling our shifter. We're going to put our kickstart assembly on, including this idler here. We'll put our clutch on close to the last bit, but we'll also put our cam chain guide here, and then we'll flip over and we will do our our flywheel. We will be removing our stator, and I think I'm going to double check the flywheel to make sure the Loctite fixes have been done on it. So we may be taking the flywheel apart and then thread locking those, and then we'll be removing the stator and thread locking that at some point, and then we will be putting on our top end, which is pretty exciting. And one of the last major jobs that we're going to do is going to be doing our decking of the head and putting the valves back in, complete with their valve guide seals. But that's it for this video, and I hope you enjoy it. Make sure and like and subscribe. Share this with your friends if they're interested in building their DRZ, or if they want me to do it. I bet you got something to trade. Well, I don't let the cat out of the bag. That's for the last video. Thanks for watching.